Hello family, welcome to The Voice with me, Palisa. Remember, this is a show for you, by you, with you, giving you a chance to tell your story. And on The Voice, we don't only bring you inspirational stories, but we also celebrate one of our own. Hey, on The Voice today, right? I'm right here, Pagati inside Gomorrah, baby. So yeah, all of you, nizos excuse because today I so it's telling yeah, but yes, Gomorrah. But guess what? On The Voice today, I have one legendary actor, right? He's been on Gomorrah. He's been on Kazlami, he's been on Number, he's been on Sotsi. Hey, they call him Ma Orange, but I call him my celebrity crush. Israel Matekazulu on The Voice. Yo, Masekazbamba. Yo. How are you?
I'm fine and you?
Guys, got an young born and Sila. I'm so honored. Thank you for inviting me right here, Gomorrah.
Yeah, no, you are welcome, Palisa.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, just feel free. Just feel free. Let's just have a conversation. Ask me anything that you want to know.
Okay, the first question I want to ask, right? Before we get to who is Israel Matekazulu and all, right? I want to take you through to the first time, I think, when I first met you. We were with Skim GP. I think we were doing prison ministry. I think it was in, was it the prison in Ilyoko? No, not Ilyoko, the one in the south. Isan City Prison.
Oh, yeah.
Hayi ngiyakutshela izine wangena uma orange ufake ibrandwood ufake isigqoko. Hayi ngiyakutshela mfowethu. I think wangishayela ingoma ka was it Freddy Gwala. Hayi ngaleso sikhathi ngithe ukuthi olekimang. I was so happy to see you, you know. But I think more than anything, there's a song that you like, you know, singing.
Yeah. Shumile Minyaka. I think I was singing that song because in prison I always sing Sengikhumbule kaya bazali
Haya bazali ba
mama noba abashiya ngisese
Haya bazali ba
Shumile Minyaka ngingabona bazali
Haya bazali.
Yeah, that's my national anthem.
Yes.
For prisoners and for the would-be criminals or the victims of crime or those who admire and idolize crime or criminals. Ngiyakhuza ngaleyo ngoma leyo.
Yeah.
Ngayibhala 1999 before I was released. For the purpose ukuthi ingikhuza nami makube ngifuna ukuphuma esiporweni ifana ne sacrifice. You know, you can't say something and tomorrow you are doing it. You tell people today I don't do crime anymore, I will never be in prison anymore, then along the way you find yourself there or you do the crime again. So that song, it's like a yeah, it's a song that disciplines me, and which is a song futhi yokuthi ngidiscipline nabanye laba abangazi lathi nasisindlule khona.
Oh mama no mama bangishiya ngisesemncane. Oh mama no mama bangishiya ngisesemncane. Oh wow. I think that was the first time when I saw you and when you sang that song, you know, I honestly just fell in love with your character, you know. Yeah. But then I'm like, okay, who is Izzy? I'm like, I'm so honored to have you here because now finally I can get to know you. Who are you?
Yeah.
So Israel Matekazulu, ukhule njani, ukhulelephi, where are you from?
Mina, I was born, bred and battered and raised in Alexandra, where you are now. My family is 10 steps away from here. So if I have to explain myself, who am I? Because I came across this question in all the interviews. No? I don't know, maybe the country doesn't get tired to listen to my story.
I don't think we will. Well, I don't.
Okay. I was very active when I grew up. I was those kind of a child who participate in every activity. By lucky, I had a good grandmother, by lucky. My grandmama was my guardian angel. She was the one who tell me what to do. If you are a child, coming back from school is not enough, go find scouts. Go join choir. She's also the one who told me that I must go find acting. Yeah, so I didn't have time to roam around the street or bask in the sun. I grew up at the youth center called DOESN, where all the Alexandrian stars come from. Meshach Mavoso, Bo Suffocate, Bo Skaleni, Bo Zodwa.
Which Zodwa? Wabantu?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's another legendary actor called Zodwa. I just forget the name, but she was my colleague. I'm talking about the actors from Victory Songoba Theatre Company under the leadership of Bongani Linda, the late. I played tennis. I played soccer. I danced pansula. I danced campus dance. I did traditional dance. I was a reader, library. I was a church goer. I was a street vendor. I grew up at Penn Africa, where I used to make money. After school, I go there, going to sell peanuts, apple, ice cream, paper bags, to generate money, because I'm from the family that doesn't have money. So I had the responsibility of having money at the early age. Yeah, fast forward, that's Israel Matseke Zulu. I was also a singer at school. I started singing for intermediate, which is where the music starts, at primary. From intermediate, you go to boys choir. I was a lead singer in boys choir. And then I proceed, high school, mixed choir, which is adult choir, and boys choir at the same time. But I was loved by boys choir, and I win number 1, number 2, while other schools are there. I was very good, but I never liked singing. It was a department that I get bored. I wanted to play soccer. I was a soccer dreamer. When I walk, I kick. When I go to school, I kick. Imoto mayiza kanje ngishaya ngetsamaya. Yabona mangitshela nge-soccer dreamer umntwana ophuphayo. Yeah, I played soccer. I wake up 4 o'clock and play alone and behave like there's a crowd there. But I believe soccer didn't like me. I played for big teams in Alexandra. City Wanderers, Form Scarf, Longhorn, Blackpool, 5 Special. I was that child. I was craving for my success. I was a dream chaser. But what I've experienced, when you chase the dream keep on running away from you. And I was unlucky. Most of the team I played for, I was sabotaged. I don't know whether I was too good or what. Or maybe I never belong in that territory. I used to play for teams. I'm the only outskirt lap. So yeah, and then I was also raised by gangsters. When I asked my grandmama, why are we poor? Then my grandmama would say, no, the white people have taken. Oh, they have taken. That's why we're poor. So it means crime, it's an option because we are repossessing them. Siripossessa iy'nkomo zabomkhulu bethu. I was a ringleader, a mission puller. My first crime, I'm the one who said, asiyene roundini. So but besides that, the influence, the Alexandra is dominated by criminals during my era. Role models were criminals. They have cars, they dress smart, they are the ones who've got that thing of spotting a poor child and convince you to be the next generation of their reflection. Yes, my boss, I think was 26 years by then. He was 26, I was 13. I used to watch his cars. Strip ama engine. And I was stripping engine na 12 years. Kentley motor. Then we stole a car at the age of 12. Because we wanted to own a car. I grew up in the world of cars. And my boss was a number one with cars. Imoto zakhe zonke bezintswembe. Very strict and very cruel. Ne re sa dinamele le dikoloi tsa gae mara di tlhatswa ke rona di ra gosoga but we were not taken care of. Then you know what makes me to go to crime? If I speak the truth. My boss was from a mission. They had everything they stole from the house. So as their boys, sathi siyabakukisa, siyabancengisa njengamaboss wethu. Basixosha. And I looked up to them. They are the one who must give me bread because they slave me. They abuse me. Angilali nasekhaya ngene ebusuku for their success. Then my heart was very painful. Ne? Mina ngumntwana bekabamba nehandkerchief esikolweni. Angazi ukuthi ziyamila or ziyachitheka zibuya kulezi zinto. Yeah, so I just want to speak the truth. What makes you to commit crime? Besides the influence. Okay, I see the surroundings, but okay, I'm a boss, he giving. Oh, mafuna ukuba yinja, melo fane na le grotman. Then nga gents niyabona kuntswembu na iboss yethu isivalela ngaphandle and it was December. Christmas days, you know, we were hoping ukuthi bazasinika maybe some wine, some sweets, some small money and make our own December. Then basivalela ngaphandle. Then ngakhipha inamba ukuthi asiyeni ngayidraw phansi iplan enhlabathini ukuthi siyangena siyenzani masengena kwenzakalani. Then we went there, we committed the crime.
Where did you go exactly?
We went to Lombardy. Remember, Alexandra is surrounded by suburbs. You don't catch a taxi to go to suburb. No excuse. You just wake up and walk and do whatever you do and come back. That's the second crime. The first crime, we stole the car because we wanted to own the car. With the guys, all of them, we were working for this guy. When we come back with the car, as is supposed to support us and redo the car under new management, he decided to take our car. He was greedy, selfish. Then
where did you steal that car?
We stole the car at Orange Grove.
Which is also a surrounding.
No, Orange Grove. We walked Orange Grove. How would you have in the Santin? We walked there.
So is it like, I want you to take me through to a mind of, maybe a criminal or maybe a person who wants to steal a car,
Yeah.
what goes into your mind first? What is it that you plan? Like, do you have a target market to say, okay, if I'm going to steal a car, I'm going to choose a girl, a young woman,
Yeah, there's target, there's cars that you have to steal, there's car that you don't steal. There's a reason to steal a certain car. Maybe you steal that car because you want to own it, you have papers of the same car.
Also, pumi number, to say, I want a car like this. Somebody say, I want a car like this. And
And the market. Guti, what is on the market? Abantu bafunani, masitshontshe le sizoyithola imali na. Understand? So, yeah, gone are those days. But I was punished for all these crimes. Angifuna abantu bayithathe wrong. But now orange uyazibonisa. No, I was arrested, I was punished, I have served my dues, and then I've changed my life.
I think we are telling your story because your story is an inspiration to someone else.
Yeah.
Your story needs to change someone else's life, especially the young and upcoming, so that they must learn if you go this route,
crime doesn't pay.
Doesn't pay.
I don't promote crime in all aspects. I still say that's what I stand for. Crime doesn't pay. Babize bonke abotleva baze la abathi icrime iyabhadala bazohlala la bazonjela. Crime doesn't pay. I was told that, and not to say we are not told. We are told, but we're doing it while we are told. It's pressure. It's pressure. It's peer pressure. You want to prove a point. I think sometimes it's a manhood. If you are a boy, you need to risk. You want to prove yourself that I'm a man by risking sometimes. Like smoking and drinking. If you can ask somebody, why are you smoking? He will never answer. He smokes because he's a man. Those are essence of man. A man must smoke, a man must drink. We were told.
So you also talked about, I think earlier on you talked about the environment, the pressure of the environment. What is the environment like when you grew up in Alexandra? Maybe you can give somebody maybe who's outside of South Africa here, just a picture of what Alexandra is like where you grew up, so that you ended up being involved into crime. What is the environment like here?
Alexandra. People are living in one rooms. One. We feel bad about that when we grow up. We see that. So my first responsibility is to have a big house. Not a car. A car is just a transport that will take me to get that money to build a house. So Alexandra, it's like another town called Charlestown. It's a film that I watched. It produced same people generationally. We inherit crime. We are groomed. Yeah, we are told we will never make it without crime. And criminals are worshipped. Those are gods, like it or not. So, as a boy growing up, looking for a role model, then I found a criminal is a role model. I will be like him. They drive 325 IS, they drive Mercedes-Benz, they dress smart, they are surrounded by most beautiful women. All beautiful women belong to the gangsters. Akuna pari beshawa umntana omuhle. Bamthatha straight. Chelo omuhle weyihleva. Ihleva can afford your nails, can afford your hair. Ipara ngeke afford it. So we need to go steal. We need to go steal and have those things. Wafa, some they make it, some they don't make it. You die or you go to prison. Or you make it today, tomorrow, it's another story. So remember also, most of us, we grew up with single parenting. Our fathers are not there. We don't have father figures in the household. They went the same route. You ask about your father, who was my father? How was my father like? Your father was a shark. He used to bring money, blah, nami ngiyamfuza. So it's a generational curse, if I have to say it. It's a generational curse. And most of the boys, they don't grow. They die young and grow up in the grave, or they go to prison and rot in jail. You can't be rich with crime ungabhanditanga 4 times or 3 times. Aye, God. So that's the environment in Alex. Nabo cherry abakufuni maungaspini. Women of your dream bayokuthathela yena bayakushaya ngestina kuyofika i-out ihamba nge-VR6 la abe dizzy lo mntwana kuyeke wona lokhu explain ukuthi kuzolunga hayi. So sibindi yabulala sibindi yaphilisa. And we knew ukuthi we can die. No, we signed it with mangifile ngenzeni. I'm not educated. I'm not a doctor or a lawyer or an advocate. I'm from a poor family. So who must live in poverty?
What are the maybe 1 or 2 of the memories that you have growing up, in your family? Did you grow up with your mother, with your father, with your grandmother, with your sisters, in that, little house that you're talking about? You also mentioned about maybe like Alexandra, you sleep under the tables. Anything. What are the memories that you would say, these 1 or 2 memories that made you think, I need to make it in life? Going to school, did you ever go to school maybe without money? Did you ever grow up without shoes? What are those memories that can trigger you, or that triggers you if you go back to your childhood?
I grew up with my grandmother, my mother, Mamncane, Omamncane bami abayi-2, my grandfather, which is my step-grandfather, siblings, my sister, my younger brother. So obvious the memories was to change the living, to change the environment completely. I have to make it actually and save this family from this misery. If I had money, I brought money at home. Koko nayi mali as extending, as fucking electric. That's my money. I go hustle alone and come back and bring the money at home. I was that child. I'm bring things I'm a peanuts and things I'm a acha, stock sweet, yonkinto. Yeah, anything that brings money. That's my sports. So those are my memories. And then seeing them struggling, I was hurt so much. And not only where I was born and grew up, also the relatives. I think umuntu obe right elifini yethu umamkhulu wethu ahlale emabopani uye obe ne-4 room, indlu ene-toilet eflashayo, ene-electric. Masiyovakasha lapha bengazi ukuthi ngiyesilungwini kumele ngizicoce ngihambe kahle ngathi ngumntana usitoti. So have you ever been in a taxi bathi uyovakasha? I-taxi indlula izinto zama-first break, abanye banisela utshani ukuthi maybe i-taxi izoma la, bathi kula size khona kukini la. Hayi i-taxi yandlula iyoma kwenye indlu emeso emile utshani emabondeni, bathi kuyiko kini la. Uthi kanti abakithi, what went wrong actually? Who's successful in the family? No one. I'm from the family of tears, left and right. Kubo babam kusethembisa. My aunt is still alive. I have to make plans both sides. So that's another responsibility we carry as boys. Yabona umntana entombazana akafani nomntwana omfana. Umntana entombazana uyazi bazomshada. Ahambe ayophakamisa umzi wakhe. Umntwana omfana uye odliwa amahloni makuze ivakashi ekhaya kungekho right. So angizwani namahloni, angizwani ne-embarrassment. I make sure ukuthi kithi kuyatsekema. Yeah, but bathi kugabo ma-orange, abathi kugabo nomvula lapha. Bathi kugabo ma-ori lapha. Mababona le double story bathi naku kuma-orange. So amahloni ashaya mina. It's my responsibility. Kungenzeka i-funeral or kwenzeke something, izizoyenzeka la. Bese abantu bayeza bayabheka abantu. Phume TV marabheka kunjani. So but I never run away for that. Whether it can be a black tax or we felt pressure about it, but that's who we are.
So you also talked about the second time you did crime. Was that the crime that got you arrested? Or?
Yeah, well, the first one also was arrested. We got a chase in Midlands. We drove from Alexandra to Midlands. Our boss of the team, uthe siye Midlands kubo. So land impahla uzishiye Christmas last year. But it was part of vibe actually. Without nje usilanda impahla nje ngimoya udala siyacombola kahle. Siphume nge-chase la, London Road chase. Ngathi sibambe freeway safika kube Midlands. We had 150 our last money. We got a copper in the car and then took it to scrapyard. We had 150, we bought a case. I was 12 by then. But I felt big. I felt not small.
Felt like a man.
Yeah, I was 12. And then I think he was 17, our boss, and then the other one was 15. Then I was 12. Then we got a chase.
The young boys.
Yeah. It starts when you are young in Alexandra. That's the perfect age to start. Then chase, babalega. Angwazi ukugijima mina. I hated running. So I surrender. Fang me bas. Bang bang bang. I used young age advantage. Ngicabanga fasting ngabuda laba ngashaya so. Bangeka ngabathe uda ngimncane abantu bangijontshile. Ngisho ngingatshontsha ngingaka mina. Ngabathe inhlupheko ukuthi ukithi sihlala si20 yo. Bayongidropa eCliptown. Cliptown ngasesporeni next to Elders. Cliptown and Elders. I hike from there to Middle to go back where we have arrived. Got a lift from another van, eating some fruit and vegetable. And I don't know Soweto by then. But I was watching when this Casper was driving with me. Hi, kapang siya traffic. Mano baba. Ngamtshela yonke into lo baba honestly ukuthi baba yazi kwenza kanjani. Mina ngiphumele mzana. Sijontshe imoto sathi sizovakasha basigijimisa abangani bami babalekile basurvivile mina bengiboshiwe mara amaphoyisa angekile. Ngifuna ukuya eMidlands ezone 9. Ngiya kanjani? Athi mfana wami uyondlula amasonto ayi3 amagarage ayi4 amarobot ayi12 so fikile. It was around 5:05. I've arrived 9 o'clock there. No money, no clothes to change. I've never suffered like this in my life.
So you also spoke about when you or your grandmother, when you asked your grandmother, Uguti, why are you so poor? And then your grandmother said the white people took everything. Can you maybe say that the apartheid government back in the days also played a role in the way, you know, you guys were brought up as black children living in Alexandra? Because when you look at Alexandra, it's just right next door is Sandton, which is the the highest of
The richest
suburb. But then just a step away, just next door, it's Alexandra, you know, where, you know, the poverty, you just see poverty as you walk in. You can smell poverty, you can just see it, you know. Do you think, Uti, maybe the apartheid government at that time had also shaped your mind the way you thought or you were thinking as young boys in Alex?
Yes. Crime was politically influenced. I was a comrade. I'm the first boy in the primary to call a meeting when I was in Standard 5. I was in SACP, South African Communist Party. I was a young lion under the leadership of Winnie and Krizani. I just had that thing. Though people were killed, but I just had it. I just had it in my gene. I had a sense of belonging in there. I love people when they sing. So, yeah, apartheid has contributed in our upbringing. So, Yabona, there's something I need to explain about Alexandra. What made me a superstar? It's political and personal. Alexandra was established on news when there's somebody who's dead or if there was a serious crime committed. The whole credit of good things was given to Soweto. I played tennis. I was under Deep Kloof Tennis Association. I was a captain of Alexandra Tennis Association, but they've said to us, we didn't have to mention that we're coming from Alexandra. If you come from Alexandra, you are the worst thing ever. I played soccer. We went to Balfour. Our coach will tell us, you need to play like you can't play soccer. They must win against you so that we get the old soccer boots.
Who's they?
The white boys. We're playing against the white boys to get the old soccer boots. So I took those things personally and politically. That I will take Alexandra and put it on a map. Though I had a choice to be worse, to be a ringleader, to be a kingpin, to be a number one robber or whatsoever. But I made a choice with no. I want to bring beauty in Alexandra. I'll be one of a kind. I'll be a different person amongst them all. They will be shocked. How has that happened? Then I became a superstar. I was driven by that pain. Ukuthi kaslami man. Abalifateli kopti. Mawuye Alexandra, we thought we are known by crime. Even in court. You from where? Alexandra. 10 number 82. Tea time, we're coming back. There's smaller chances to survive. Yeah, so I was hurt by those things. Besides, Gucci, I want money. You know, money is needed. I was a hustler. I knew how to make money. But it was unfair for me. We were sabotaged. Anything we try to do, we don't qualify. Then, during my imprisonment, I formed an organization to protect Alexandrians. Not to become a superstar. To protect the Alexandrians, they were sexually harassed in prison. And most of them, they are handsome. You know, gangsters are pretty much. So, what you know, man, I want to do something that I will be remembered forever with. But I want to be different from all these gangsters. I want to do something when I go outside, these boys must come and say thank you. I formed the organization because Sun City was ruled by Sowetans. It's a deep groove prison. I played soccer in prison. I'm a good soccer player. I've scored goals. I play for squad. But I was sabotaged because I come from Alexandra. Then I formed a theater organization which runs different from soccer. I was hurt when I opened that organization because I was substitute for no reason. I'm a star, Mina. I know self-praise is not recommended, but I'm a star. I know who am I. Into mangiyenza ngiyaduma mina. Ayikho into engiyenzayo. Hey, mamela la. Ngiyaduma nginodumo ngihlezi mina. Ngumageba. I was born to be known. I rub shoulders with kings and chiefs, billionaires. So I quit soccer because I was sabotaged. We opened Alexandra United. My reason was to protect the Alexandrians, to have where the Alexandrians will belong in prison, because it was east and west there. I started in Modapi. I played for Foslo United, which was losing all the time, but when I entered the field, it became a #1 team in Modapi. But I was sabotaged by the coach because he was a coach, a player, and he was sodomizing boys in a cell. And that I can't do. I'd rather die. Then for that reason, I have to be taken out of the field. I opened a campus dance in Modapi. When I was supposed to perform for the management, I was removed because I had another further charge in Sun City.
How long were you sentenced for?
First, I was sentenced to 3 years. When my 3 years was on the 18 months, whereby I was supposed to be released, but I knew I was not going to go home because I had another case that has disappeared. After the first case sentenced me, they found me. They issued out a warrant of arrest while I was arrested. Then I was sentenced to 7 years. Concurrently, they've combined it. Then I served 4 years in prison. Then assigned parole for 4 years.
What was the sentences for?
For 3 cars. Actually, I was arrested for 4 cars. 1 case, 1 car. The other case, we were stealing 3 cars in one night. And remember, I have previous convictions when I was 14 for housebreaking and theft. So in front of the law, I'm guilty before I plead guilty because of my previous convictions. I'm considered as a habitual criminal in the books. Though I'm a superstar, I'm an icon, I can do whatever I do, I can change people and save people. In the eyes of the law, it doesn't read like that. There's a stigma. Once a criminal, always a criminal. No matter how much you can change. After 10 years, I went to criminal offices, criminal record offices. I met the General Sibia. We went there to Pretoria to try. Those people, there's no help. They call that crime Schedule 6. Crimes that are eradicated. About assault, suspect, When Ochontile housebreaking and theft, you stole the car, you will live with that forever. It's your nightmare.
So clearly, crime doesn't pay.
Yeah, crime doesn't pay.
So what was
You know
your
why
turnaround?
I've changed? Other reasons, besides the political reason of putting Alexandra into a map. The same people who influence us to commit crime are the same people who are dangerous to us. Are the same people who don't back up you when you got arrested. There's no loyalty and honesty amongst gangsters. Are the same people who betray you. So what's the use? Why must I do it to make you happy? Only to find whether you are betraying me. Inside, I was betrayed by gangsters in the soccer world. Amakrotmane ngikhula phansi kwawo. Abanye they wanted to take my drama class. They claim that they are the one who started it. Then ngangala ngathi angisa-80 angisazele zokupantsula or ini ngoba kuyafana. We've tried bad. We are arrested, we are in prison. And now prison is called correctional services. So in the correctional services, we are here to be corrected. When you correct yourself, they are against you. People are jealous of you. Even some prison warders, they don't support you. They tell you straight, good yahlanya wena. Uhlule ukushaya isipantsula namagambuthi ngaphandle uzosishaya ejele lezinto. Ubani wena? They promote you to be in the gang numbers. Bakunika imimese gwaza noya. Uphazamisa system when you tell people that crime doesn't pay.
You also spoke about, inside prison, how you wanted to protect the Alexandra people or guys from Alexandra from being sodomized and from being abused.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across that as well? Did you
Me,
have
no.
an encounter with one maybe prisoner or two who wanted to do the same to you?
Yes, 1994. When I first entered Sun City. Then I challenged that guy. I smoked his cigarette. Seeing him where he's going. Then I always have jewelry. I gave him my bracelet to sell it. So that he buy more cigarette, then we smoke together. Then at night he wanted to sleep with me, said, you smoke my cigarette? I said, you smoke my weed. There's no way that you can enter prison and not come across that. And we are born and he light skin. Think when I was 22, when I was 24. That's the name of the game. When you steal, you know you will land in prison one day. And prison is like this, and this, and this. So I survived. Maybe that's where I found the strength to help the others. I think if I was a victim, I was not going to get a strength. I got a strength because I survived.
So what was your turnaround? Because now we're sitting with a big star,
Yeah.
a celebrity, Israel Matsike Zulu. Now you on movies, international movies. You on Gomorrah, you on Gazlami,
Yeah.
and people fall in love with you, with your work, So I want to know what made you change your mind. How did you see this dream so that finally we get to celebrate you today? Because you are celebrated, I must say. You are one of the biggest stars that are celebrated in South Africa and, of course, internationally.
I grew up in the culture of cinema. Unfortunately, we don't have a cinema anymore in Alexandra. They are selling tin stuff there and tiles. In Alexandra, we had kings. My mother used to tell me stories about films. Those were the entertainment moments in the house. My mom loves art. I think my mom loves art. Told me about Bruce Lee's, Clint Eastwood, Dingaka, Nyaka, oh, asixoxela umamethu. Asixoxela ukuthi yena ukhule kanjani bebaya eyethu eRio. What. Mama mkhulele Soweto, White City. So, okay, my lady. So I listen, when somebody speaks. Oh. You know, parents are wise. If they want you to become something, they foresee. So they will always say, Yaswena, ingakfanele acting. And by then, I don't want to be told that because I want a double up in this life. I want a quick money, that one of acting. I've seen actors when I was young. I've seen them poor. That was my problem. Uyabona lenzo kuzoshana namakata retropeni bese baphosa amasheleni yipari ezenza kanjalo. Then my challenge was, how can I make it better for myself? How can I become a rich actor? I've never come across a beautiful story about the actor. Even the musicians. Brenda Fassie, Mahlatini, hey, Global Bo Whitney Houston. Hey, Bamela, Bapema Matrax, Labantu, Bayakula, Batula, Bese Bayafa. Or DMX, or Tupac. Bo Mendoza, Bo Lebo Matosa, Bo Brown Dash. Bo double HPs, either as hanger or overdose or pro kid. I'm not inspired. So, but the talent was there. I started acting in church. My grandmama forced me to go to church. But I've never seen her going to church. But my grandmama forced me. About we Sunday, so I mean, I could lega. So I said, and the man Puma Lava, Banabaya, Brava, Bikonin, Bablumin, Nikoko, why lava, Banga is so doing Minania. I know when I'll find it now. When you must go to Began Cap, and then Sonta Lago, the second avenue, which is the street of my school. I walk that road 6 days a week. And it's on the Labandabamyama, I'll pull me. And Aklewa. But was on Sumaya Kulu. Masbes on 12, so about 3, 4. So Jalidina, give a school back to the roots. And the school I attended was very strict. It was a famous, very strict school, Golden Combined School, under the leadership of Principal Baloyi, the late. So, yeah, church, I was chosen in church. Okay, I quit Wessel. I joined the White Church, Ruval Baptist Church, Louis Porter, Maseton House. There's a family here in Alexandra, like Phase 1. Phase 1 is the first suburb of Alexandra. So, Monumgani Lapa, yo. No kokataki for Phase 1. I'm a flatting. Napa is all residential, I'm a Senka Rusidi. Napa Klali Bulubi Zinja. Ikebemos Puma Napa. So in Phase 1, I'm a nice boy. Then I had a friend in Phase 1. Lawrence. I say, I'm tired of Lawrence. My grandmama loved him so much. Just because he stayed that site. So, Phase 1, you're a divider, the old Alexandra. So, there's a family there. It's an active family in terms of church ministry. They organize for us to climb the bus every Sunday, go to church. We like that, we kids. You also give it the bus. Then we went to church. The church goes for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we're drinking tea. There's buns, there's cakes there. It doesn't happen in the black society. Then there was a woman called Mary Griffin. Mary Griffin was a political activist disguised in the church ministry. He organized political plays for us. I recall them now as I've grown. Israel, she will say, Israel, you can do it. Why me? Me, I want to be a gangster. I can do it. Israel, come on, you'll be Jesus. Moses, you'll be, hey, Mary Griffin. She was a director. When she looked at me, she believed this one is going to make it. And I'm the only one who has made it. Then I fall in love with church. You know what I loved in church mostly? Was a sense of belonging. We belonged. There's pianos, we play with drums, After church service, that's what we want to do. Hey, the piano is before the bus arrived and take us back to the township. Every June and December, we travel to the camp. YFCA, Raponi, Paris, Kayara Lodge. That was my favorite movement. Christian camps. There will be taught about how to milk the cow. We play soccer, the soccer match, which is my passion. And then there's a creative night, Thursday before we come back, competition. I'm number one every camp. I win another camp for next year. Then I got arrested. And then the church, they were aware that Israel was arrested. Then I was sabotaged not to go to the camp. Israel is a terrorist. He's Rasta. We had smoking weed. Then I entered a bus by the window to go to the camp, get under the seat. And if I'm not in the camp is not a camp. I always had boots. I always have gum boots. And the other guys, they don't have gum boots. They don't have the costume. I always had a costume, even today. I loved gum boots. I don't know where does that love come from. I just love that thing. And then that thing changed my life. When I started participating in the art, I started with boots. Gum boots, it's a diamond. Those who don't know. Everything started there. When I was a boy, I just loved it. Soccer, gumboots, Pantsula. I nearly died for Pantsula. I nearly went under the train, chasing my dream. One day, I was from church. Then I found my team bought themselves an attire to perform. But I was not counted. Where's mine? But I was hurt and I was good. When I entered the circle, everyone pays attention. People throw money. Genetically, not to say I was good. There were those guys I will see that this one is good. People will throw money. They will hold me like this. We love you. But I was hated for that. Then one day again, I was from church. My crew, they went to Israel to perform, to battle with another crew. When I arrived, Amachita you perform. Bakshil. Marabayas was a son told Puma, that's Kadbani. We went to Johannesburg Park Station. And I was climbing a train for the first time in my life. There's no train in Alexandra. As Kulang, as Panapar. It's trained to, I think, how train.
Yeah.
Then in town there, what happened? Hey, I saw the train arrived. there were a lot of coaches empty. Ngithi mayiqala ivela empty so. Ngithi hayi train right ngiyongena kahle empty. Kanti the last coaches of a train stampede fully packed. The lady I was traveling with, she's fat. As she pushed to enter. Oh. I mean, I was thin, bone slender. You know, I grabbed Leansimbi there, so. And then the train was moving. Iyekela a platform. Ne? Ngaibamba Leansimbi. I don't know how did I enter the train. People bebagcwele lapha abafuna ukumove. Fat women there at the front there. Hey, oh, I grabbed that thing. I don't know, God pushed me or ancestors pushed me. And then I was bleeding. When we arrived there by Israel, we found them left. But we have to travel back. Yeah. That's how I followed my dream. So shit happened. I didn't get it on a silver platter. Yeah, I don't know how to lie to you.
You've done where did you start with all your movies?
Yo, my first movie is Oscar. With Presley. You know how I got the part? Yeah.
Yes.
You know how I got the part? I was supplying the talent there by Sasani Studio, Balfour Park. Because I just had that thing of working with kids. I love kids. But disciplined kids. Kids who are disadvantaged but who have a potential. So I was supplying the talent. If you watch the scene loud, so it's piping.
Yes.
Those are all my boys, all of them. So I met Monin there for the first time.
Yeah. One of the best casting directors.
I met Monin.
May his soul rest in peace.
That year. Then Monin asked me a question. Israel, how do you know when there's a movie coming in our country? Because I'm the number one.
Yes.
Not to know, maybe I believe in faith, Monin. My faith brings everything that I want. Or everything that I must have, or everything that I'm born for. And it's what you figure like him. I figure like Mavis.
Yeah.
I had connection with Mavis.
Because Mavis, I love
yes.
so much.
Then Mavis told me about the film. My Pantula crew, I had a Pantula crew because I've been following that. It's in my genes. They were the first to audition for all those characters. I also auditioned for Tsotsi.
Yeah.
I auditioned for Fela. But there was a problem with Ghetto Rough. Lance was involved there with soundtracks. Mavis told them, no, Israel must play Fela if he doesn't play Tsotsi. Okay, Zola is a good singer, but he's not a good actor. What is he Zola doing now? He's singing. No, but because it was a spider web connected with Ghetto Rough, so the Ghetto Ruffians were priority. So I didn't get the part. Then Monin said, no, I'm going to tell the director now. He must write you in now. We don't have to lose you, Israel. No, I wasn't even worried. Nothing worries me like acting. Whether I wake up, act, or I don't act anymore, it's something I will never cry for. I don't want to lie to you. I've done it. I've acted. I've reached the highest level. There's no other level after Oscar. And after Oscar, it means nothing. That Oscar means nothing. Yeah, in America it means something. Not in South Africa.
How so?
So Monin created the part. That's how I get into the film. The AD was Brafili, the late Brafili.
Yeah.
Then, why I'm saying like this, if it was Bafana Bafana that won a World Cup, maybe they were going to receive cars for free. Whoever doesn't have a house must have a house for free. Voucher to eat at Nando's for 5 years, twice, 2 meals a day. Clothing labels, and a lump sum. But it's acting. Nothing is happening there. Instead, after Oscar, it's more auditions and more auditions. So, our country doesn't invest in art. Our country. Art, it's a last class. It's not sustainable. Where is gunman Christopher Kupega? Where is Innocent Masuku? Ubobo? They introduce and dump you. The productions are sustainable, but the talent, it's not sustainable. Go tshwana le gore ke yo mtšhini wa gago wa o etsa tšhelete. Ha o fetsa etsa tšhelete mtšhini o bela ko saeteng, ha o sa tshela oil. Mtšhini never o sa generate tšhelete. It's totally unfair. We have to say it. You see those ones who don't speak because they are scared not to get jobs. They are the one who will never work. Look, there's a production company, receive money from the government, Department of Arts and Culture. A producer is a worker. A line producer is a worker. An actor is a worker. We work, we get paid. They get rid of us. The product continues to play. Who benefits after it? The production. Why are they benefiting forever, but actors don't benefit forever? Why actors don't have royalties, but the production company had the royalties? That's what kills the talent. That is why artists are depressed. They result on depression, suicidal, drugs, poverty. Ba donatelwa ha ba tlhokofala. You will attend audition until you go to pension. How much must we do to prove that you are professional? What is profession? What is the highest level of profession? When I have to work, I must go to audition. I must self-tape. I must put that paper here. Ki audition le di amicha. Bana ba kenang sekolo ko after today. Sasa ngizobe ngi-audition nomntwanami. My son is an artist. Umchana wami is superstar artist. She's in the school of art. Ngizobe ngi-audition naye bathi ya umalume wakhe uyam-abuse estorini. Hak azishe. So you understand the scenario, what's happening. So we are not financially sustainable. And at the worst of form, we don't have beneficiaries. We don't qualify for home loan. We can't even afford the medical aid. There's a lot. So sifana ukuthi sidlala ama-dice. It's 2 chances. Ophumelela ngaphumelela. And uphumelela ngengcondo yakho, hayi ngengcondo ye-industry. I'm a government, I'm a Minister of Art and Culture. I pop out the budget. I make a call out, come pitch the ideas. They pitch the ideas. They get the budget. They go exploit actors. What is the purpose of being a minister if you can't minister the budget that you took out? How sure you are the money is serving the right purpose? I pay you. This is my sector, I pay you as Palisa so. You don't pay these kids. Life goes on. Tomorrow, we have to talk too much. Yeah, very, am I tough, poor? Yeah, but we don't consider what is happening. So, if I was a president, the cabinet was going to work. Akusizi ukhipha imali ezandleni eziyi-1. Money falls into one hands forever. The same hands are the same hands that rip off the people of the country. But they are the same people who receive the money all the time. If I can come, fresh ideas, it's not easy to get that money. They will tell you must go to university or what, they will tell another story. You don't qualify whatsoever. So, it's not balanced. It's not balanced. If that can be rectified, if our leadership loves us and believe in us, they can change the scenario.
And would you also maybe say, since you've got your leg amputated, do you think it will limit the chances of you getting roles or acting?
Yes, definitely. It had limited.
So
I'm no longer normal than it. I can't jump the walls. I can't run.
So how do you live now as an actor, especially in your the way?
I'm a hustler. I do a lot of things. Outreach programs, film festivals. I sell beers, but beers doesn't make me rich. Yeah. I have a foundation, Israel Matseke Zulu Foundation. I work with people of my same problem. I have Israel Academy and Solution, where I train my actors to be filmmakers.
Okay.
I use my funds. I use my resources. So, I use my own connections. I use my own brains to survive. I can't wait for audition. I can't wait for an agency to call me. Auditions must be cancelled for professionals.
You must also make films for YouTube so that so that on your YouTube channel, just also at least now we can also be employed.
I'm a filmmaker. I'm the one who teach the nation how to make a film. Under NFVF, National Film and Video Foundation. I've been an ambassador for them for many years. I roll with Vincent Muloi, Robert, Naomi Mukele, people who are passionate about filming. And we always discuss these challenges with it. How are we going to execute our world? How are we going to make it so that it benefits us and its people?
But has NFVF, come through in supporting you financially, supporting the organization that you're running?
Yeah, no, NFVF supports Sebabato Media. Sebabato Media, it's owned by Naomi Mukele. Naomi Mukele, she's a senior communicating officer and marketing officer of NFVF. But she has her own production, which hire us to go work and get paid so that we pay our houses. Sometimes we owe our houses 4 months. We pray, God makes a plan, how you don't know. Umangano overcomile, bokolota 60,000, so ibhatalile Israel Mateke Zulu podcast. Iyafaka okuncane. Do imali yakhona ngeke ibhatale indlu, mara iyafaka ngokuncane telepetrol. Understand? So I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I don't have pride for money. I can even sell archer like Koneni namautwana. Yeah, good labor so wathenga khona. Ngithathengiswa yi-celebrity. Marketing strategy.
Oh man, Israel, I think we can go on and on and on because we've got stories for days. But just lastly, what message would you want to give, especially to those that look up to you, your followers, your fans, your people? What message would you like to, give?
The message is clear to them. Crime doesn't pay, Majita. Kwatwani the crime. Pula makanda, nizoye jele, and you'll be wasting time by going to prison. We went there for you, not to go there. 1. 2, I've explained myself. Who am I? What is my modem or my module? How did I make it happen in my life? Take my module. Go use it. Learn from me. Learn strictly the best from me. Take what you regard as the best from me and leave the rest. I'm human. I might have mistakes. I'm not an angel. But take what you like from me. That will work for you. Some, it's not relevant for you. We don't argue. It's 2. 3, think out of the box. Swallow your pride. Sell anything. But I don't talk about drugs and human beings. Me, I'm for positive and constructive lifestyle. Sell peanuts, sell sweets, sell food, sell vegetables, open a shop, sell something, hardware, saloon, sell something.
Salute.
So, and then let's see the last one. The last one to the celebrities, the so-called superstars. Ungaphili impilo ye-TV. Don't put yourself under pressure because now you have a contracting generation. Then you want to drink Hennessy every week. You want to go to News Cafe. You want to buy a car that will pay 8,000 a month. And live according to your budget. Remember, you are not an actor because you are a celebrity. Behind your talent, consider your vision. What made you to become an actor? Mina, behind my acting career, I'm a nation builder. I know what makes me to become an actor and what inspired me. I wanted to change lives. I wanted to give hope to the hopeless. I wanted to motivate the demotivated. Being a superstar came by surprise. Those are bonus. But the true me, I'm a helper, a giver. There's nothing better than this one that I give now. The world was created with words. I might not come to your place and give you shoes or food or whatsoever. But what I give you now is wisdom. Take this wisdom and roll with it. You will make it.
Sure, what an inspirational episode we had. Thank you so much, Izzy. I really appreciate you. I respect you. I honor you. And of course, I do look up to you. So thank you so much for inviting me into your space. And may God bless you. May God multiply you. And may God, grant you your heart desires. Right?
Same to you. You always welcome. Same to you. Thank you very much.
Mokgaetso go tswa go nna Palesa Madisa kwane kokomane ya ga se bolai ke re go tswa ka mejako ga se go latlhana. Until next time, thank you so much. Please keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing, keep watch all the advertisements. But otherwise, thank you so much for your love, for your support. Salam.